In a land rich with ancient tales and timeless wisdom, there is one story that stands out, the tale of Zawani, a noble fish-eagle with the gift of foresight. Known as the Herald of the Skies, Zawani's keen eyes could pierce the veil of time, glimpsing truths hidden from others. One fateful evening, as the sun set over the savannah, he received a vision from the ancestors, one that called for change, unity, and courage among all creatures. This vision would challenge the age-old ways, urging them to set aside rivalry for a path that promised a new dawn. Journey with us into the story of the fish-eagle's vision, a new dawn, where the wisdom of one inspires the strength of many. Once upon a time, in the heart of the vast African savannah, where the golden grasses sway like the waves of a great ocean, there stood a mighty baobab tree, its roots stretching deep into the earth, its branches reaching toward the heavens. This ancient tree was known to all as the Tree of Ancestors, a place where wisdom was sought and visions were revealed. Perched atop its highest branch was a creature of great majesty, the fish-eagle, known in the local tongue as Zawani, the herald of the skies. Zawani was no ordinary bird. His feathers gleamed with the brilliance of the dawn, and his eyes were as sharp as the spear of a warrior. He was revered by all creatures, for he possessed the gift of foresight, a vision that could pierce through the veil of time. But with this gift came a heavy burden, the responsibility to guide the creatures of the land through times of trial and change. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky blazed with hues of orange and red, Zawani felt a stirring in his heart. A vision was coming, one that would shape the destiny of the savannah. He closed his eyes, allowing the spirits of the ancestors to speak through him. "What do you see, great spirits? What message do you bring to our land?" Zawani asked, his voice carried on the wind. The winds whispered through the branches, carrying with them the voices of those long past. "Zawani, herald of the skies, a time of great change is upon us. The balance of the land is threatened, and only through unity and wisdom can harmony be restored. You must guide the creatures to a new dawn, where they will walk the path of peace and understanding." Zawani's heart grew heavy with the weight of the vision. He knew this message was not just for him, it was for all the creatures of the savannah. The responsibility to share the vision and guide the animals was his, but he needed to act quickly. With a powerful cry that echoed across the land, Zawani called upon the winds to carry his message far and wide. "Let the assembly be called," Zawani's voice rang out. "A great vision has come to me, and it must be shared with all. Gather, my brothers and sisters, at the great clearing." The winds obeyed, sweeping across the savannah, through the forests, over rivers, and around mountains. The message was carried to every corner of the land, reaching the ears of all creatures. From the mighty lion to the tiny ant, they all heard the call of the fish-eagle and knew that something of great importance had occurred. As Zawani soared through the sky, he saw the animals beginning to converge upon the great clearing, a place known for gatherings in times of significance. The creatures of the savannah had come, curious and concerned, for they knew that when Zawani called, it was not to be taken lightly. By the time Zawani arrived at the clearing, the animals had assembled, their eyes lifted to the sky as they awaited his arrival. His shadow fell over them as he descended, and a hush fell upon the crowd. "Brothers and sisters of the savannah," Zawani began, his voice strong and clear, "the spirits have spoken. A great change is upon us. The time has come for us to set aside our differences and unite as one. For in unity there is strength, and in strength there is hope for a new dawn." The animals murmured among themselves, uncertainty clouding their hearts. The lion, king of the beasts, stepped forward, his voice deep and resonant. "Zawani, your words are wise, but how can we, who have lived as rivals for so long, now stand together as one? The ways of the savannah are old, rooted in tradition," the lion questioned, doubt lingering in his tone. Zawani fixed his gaze on the lion, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. "He who learns but does not think is lost," he replied. "He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. The ways of old have served us well, but the winds of change demand that we adapt, lest we be swept away by the storm." The elephant, wise and ancient, nodded in agreement. "In the forest, when the branches quarrel, the roots embrace. We must be like the roots," the elephant said, his voice filled with the gravity of his years, "finding strength in our connection, even as the winds of change shake our branches." Zawani's vision had ignited a spark of hope among the creatures, but there was still doubt. The hyena, known for his cunning, chuckled and spoke with a sly grin. "And what of those who thrive in chaos?" the hyena asked, his voice tinged with amusement. "Is it not the way of the world that the strong survive while the weak perish? Why should we concern ourselves with the fate of others when our own survival is at stake?" Unfazed by the hyena's words, Zawani replied with calm authority, "The river does not drink its own water, the sun does not shine for itself, and the flowers do not spread their fragrance for themselves. Everything in nature works for the benefit of others. The true strength lies not in selfishness, but in selflessness. Only by lifting others can we rise together." The hyena's grin faded, replaced by a thoughtful expression. The other animals began to murmur in agreement, their doubts slowly melting away like mist in the morning sun. As the night fell, Zawani shared his vision of the new dawn, a land where the creatures of the savannah lived in harmony, where the strong protected the weak, and where wisdom guided their actions. He spoke of the importance of understanding and compassion, of seeing beyond the surface to the deeper connections that bound them all. The animals listened intently, their hearts and minds opening to the possibility of a brighter future. The lion, once proud and solitary, began to see the strength in unity. The hyena, cunning and often mistrusted, saw the value in cooperation. Even the smallest creatures, like the ant and the sparrow, found courage in Zawani's words. "The path to a new dawn is not easy, but it is the path we must walk together," Zawani urged, his voice carrying the weight of his vision. "For in unity there is strength, in understanding there is peace, and in love there is life. Let us fly together into the light of a new day." As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the creatures of the savannah stood united, ready to face the challenges of the new day. The vision of Zawani, the fish-eagle, had sparked a transformation, a shift from division to unity, from fear to hope, from darkness to light. The animals began to sing, a song of praise and gratitude, their voices rising to the heavens like the call of the fish-eagle. And as they sang, Zawani soared above them, his heart filled with pride and joy. The new dawn had arrived, not just in the sky, but in the hearts of all who lived under its light. In the land of the baobab and the acacia, where the rivers flow and the winds whisper ancient tales, the story of Zawani, the fish-eagle, and his vision of a new dawn became a legend. It was a story passed down from generation to generation, a reminder that in unity, wisdom, and compassion, even the darkest of nights could give way to the light of a new day. And so, the animals of the savannah lived on, guided by the lessons of the fish-eagle, ever vigilant, ever united, ever hopeful, as they walked together into the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Dear viewer, as the tale of the fish-eagle's vision A New Dawn comes to a close, we invite you to reflect on the timeless message woven through this story. Zawani's call for unity among the creatures of the savannah is more than a fable. It's a reminder of the strength that lies in cooperation, the power in embracing change, and the courage required to bridge divides. Just as the animals grappled with questions of loyalty, tradition, and self-preservation, so too do we face these choices in our lives. Zawani's message teaches us that while the path to harmony may be difficult, it is one paved with resilience, understanding, and respect for others. May we all take inspiration from this tale, finding ways to come together and face challenges as one, embracing the wisdom that change can bring. The tale also reminds us that true courage isn't found solely in physical strength or dominance. It's in the willingness to look beyond ourselves, to adapt for the greater good, and to extend empathy where rivalry once reigned. Just as the elephant spoke of roots that embrace while branches may quarrel, we are encouraged to hold fast to what connects us, finding common ground even when times are uncertain. As we journey through our own lives, let us remember Zawani's vision, a call to nurture unity in our communities, to honor the traditions that serve us well, and to adapt with open hearts to a changing world. Thank you for joining us on this enriching journey through African folklore. May this story inspire thoughtful reflection and a sense of connection that reaches beyond borders. If you found this tale as meaningful as we have, don't forget like, share with friends, leave a comment, and subscribe to join us for more captivating African folk tales. Discover more stories like this one through our ebooks and audiobooks linked in the description. Until our next adventure, may Zawani's vision for unity guide you toward your own new dawn. Stay inspired, and remember that our shared strength can create the brightest of tomorrows.